Welcome everybody on the April Fool's Relentless Racing Xfinity Series is taking it to Michigan. Going to be up north tonight, and like always, I have got with me two of the pretty good guys I like. I think I want to start calling them friends. I guess I've got Mr. Bobby Rafferty and Tony Frey with me. Bobby, Tony, Michigan Race 3. SM Racing's came in. Hey, I think it's going to be looking tonight.
Oh, I think it'll be a pretty fun race. Big track, wide track, lots of room. We might even see some four wide racing tonight.
Ooh, it's April Fools. They're going to drive like fools today. 4 wide. What about 5 wide? Let's just throw the barrel out there and get a 6 wide max around.
Might get a little tight on corner X if we do that, but I wouldn't definitely not be surprised to see four wide through the corner. But they'll come together and get straightened out on the exit.
Bobby, how's your feel for this and tonight?
I think he actually stepped away for a moment.
Nope.
Oh, he's there.
I'm back, and I heard that, sir. Man, first thing, just abuse. I love it. No, I love it. I love this track. I love this place. I love Auto Club. You know, I always look forward to races here. So I gotta agree with Tony. I think we're gonna have a lot of 3-4 wide racing. I think tire fall off's definitely gonna be a thing. The guys that, especially with the draft, you know, guys that hold back just that little bit, you're gonna see them later in the run. They're just gonna come through the field like they've just turned on the nitrous oxide, because this place will lull you into a false sense of security that, oh, I've got all the grip in the world, and then 10 laps later the right front is crying.
Well, and you can hold back because this track is so draft dependent, where you can give up a little bit in a corner and still get pulled forward by the cars in front of you off the corner and maintain. So definitely going to be a tire thing there. I'm more curious to see which line is going to be the dominant race line. If it's going to be that bottom line or if it's going to be that high line.
Well, you know my line around this place, and I'm one of the weird ones where it's that cut down in 1 and 2 that I've always felt very comfortable with, and then bottom 3 and 4. That being said, I do think guys are going to be trying to run that mid line, both corners, or maybe even see the top come in.
I'm hoping to see the top
in the run.
I think the top is going to make for some really good racing. We'll see some people probably get in the corner a little too hot and get into the wall, but I really hope the top line is a raceable line tonight.
Well, hot and cold drivers. I mean, we've got a few that's been on a streak and a few that's kind of not really been living up to the hype that they did last year. And I really hate to say it, DBR has kind of not been a force to reckon with this season like they was last year.
Well, and look, I don't think any of us expect that to last for long. Banks and Schaefer have been in position. They just had some bad luck. Now, I think back to last season's Xfinity race here, where we had some fireworks between Schaefer and Davey, and that was a really, really good race. But tempers flared. I'm going to be interested to see if tonight goes smooth, or if 2 drivers or 3 drivers, whoever it is, tempers can flare here because it is such a draft dependent track. You're going to have guys trying to work that side draft, so it's going to be interesting. I'm excited.
We've got, I believe it's what, smracingproducts.com coming in tonight for race sponsor, Tony. I think you know a little bit about them, some of their merchandise and stuff they product sell.
Yeah, they I was on their website earlier, and they got some pretty interesting products. They got a few different button boxes, a flag display, which I've heard a lot of people use similar products. They got a digital dashboard that looks really cool. I've been eyeballing that. But yeah, check them out. SM-racingproducts.com.
We've also, I believe, we've got a little bit of a rundown ad for them. So before we get into qualifying, we're going to give a shout out to one of our race sponsors along with our series sponsors. I believe we've got us a Barkley out there. Disco Taylor saying, "Let's go." Miss Weeks, she's rolling around in her on her happy bike tonight. But she's out there, everybody. After last race season here, who you think somebody's going to be like? I mean, we're seeing Colt Curry right now with the fastest practice time, but this is practice.
Well, and this is one of those races where I don't think you have to have the raw overall speed. I think with the draft being as dependent as it is here, I agree with Bobby. I think it's going to be more about saving tires and having a little something towards the end of the run compared to the guys that are pushing early. Um,
Because as that run goes on, just to even expand on that more, as that run goes on and guys wear the tires out, that draft actually becomes less effective because if you can't keep up with the guys in the corner or the guy in front of you in the corner, if he's got more tire and he can get on that gas before you can, he can start stretching that gap down these long straightaways. And once he breaks that like 1 to 1.5 second gap on the car behind, it's game over. There is no more draft.
Yeah, and with that being said, it's also going to be a tough track to pass. I think track position is going to be pretty big. You'll be able to make passes early on, but as those tires wear, it's going to be a lot of follow the leader. So, um, we'll have to see who can save the tire to be able to make those passes later in the run.
Now, I'm going to call it now. Just from the little bit of practicing I just did out there, if somebody can hit it right, I think we will see a mid to low 37 for pole speed.
Ooh,
That's awfully aggressive time for no draft. I'm thinking more we're going to be mid to high 38s.
Or excuse me, I'm sorry, 38.7
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
I can roll with that a little bit better than I can.
Yeah.
37.
No, not an overall 37, but a 38.7 because I messed up my lap royally and was able to run in 38.80.
Because, if they run at some 36 and 37s, we need to have them post race, pre race, and during race inspection.
Check them
that's
illegal louvers.
yeah, them north-south louvers, and we got to make sure that we set up the race for fixed setup and not open.
Right. We've got a handful out there. Got our where is he at right now? Our Relentless Racing spotlight driver, Sam Gordon. He's putting in his first qualifying lap. Now Gordon, he's been having an up and down season. I mean, he's being there, but he's not closing it like he'd like to, because he's got that magnet on.
Well, and he's one of those drivers that are making the jump from trucks to Xfinity. So early in the season, just being able to run up towards the front, even if you can't put the whole race together, is good. It'll come as the season progresses.
Well, Holt just told us all, I'll see your low to mid 7, and I'll raise you to a 0.696. This track is fast tonight.
Well, and I think it's only going to get faster as that rubber gets laid down.
No, absolutely. And just to, give an idea, the track record set last season by Brandon Schaefer was a 39.055. So these cars have gotten much, much quicker from last season.
Got him out there, TBG Blend, saying Sam Gordon's going to win it. Granddad Joe pulling for Dewsbury.
Oh, well, I'm leaving that one alone.
I am too.
I'm not touching it. Hats off to the person, but I am not touching it.
Nope. Mo Mad saying 93 of Wilson going to find a way up there. That's another one he's kind of been having your luck, Bobby.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm hoping Isaac and I both can turn it around, because let's be completely honest about Isaac. Isaac is a hell of a driver. He is very quick. He's got a lot of talent. He just has been same thing with the DBR guys. Just been wrong place, wrong time, and bad luck, and it's taken him out of some really, really good runs.
Yeah, Curry must have heard you. He's wanting to. He put it in there at 39.6. Or 38.6. 38.67. There's Schaefer showing up.
Schaefer, there he is.
He might have been listening to the streams. You know what? I ain't gonna be the butt of his jokes anymore.
Nah, Schaefer said you broke my track record. I'm going to take it back from you real quick. Hang on. Hold my sippy cup and watch this.
I think it'd be a hold my bush light, since that's what he's running tonight.
An interesting line he's running. He had that left front tire off the racing surface below the line there. I wonder if that helps that car turn.
We got the last one out there putting it in. It's going to be Ricky Williams. See what he
It's
can
like
do on his second lap.
Looks like some people have been having some internet issues tonight. I've seen 3 people drop from the server and connect back on. So that might be something we'll have to monitor throughout the race.
And I think that's going to end up qualifying. Well, real quick, we're going to give a little shout out with the national anthem. Come back. The green flag racing, 100 laps at Michigan. get you hyped up and ready to race. I do not know what does. But yeah, like you said, Tony, a lot of people have been having, I've been seeing a lot, especially in the league, having issues connecting.
Yeah, it seems like Monday nights, for whatever reason, has been an issue with iRacing. A lot of people just having problems launching iRacing, but everybody seemed to be able to get into the server tonight. Now we'll just see if they can keep their connection.
Yeah, I had to completely reboot my whole system to get it back in.
Couple names that we normally don't see up towards the top, able to get a good qualifying run. Josh Van Westen comes in fifth after qualifying.
But you know how the good saying goes, it ain't where you start, it's where you finish. Caution, over under. How many y'all thinking?
I expect this to be a pretty clean race. I mean, I think there's going to be a few cautions, but I think it'll be pretty mild.
I gotta agree with you. I think we're gonna see maybe one or two early, and then I think we're gonna see a very, very long green flag run. And depending on how spaced out the field is going to determine the end of the race.
Yeah, I think if we're going to see cautions, it's going to be from people hitting the wall, running that high line through the corner. This car gets tight, get in there a little hot, tires wear, and that's that. As we go green.
Schaefer got him a little jump, but Curry's sticking right there with him.
Pretty close action going on back here. Bumper to bumper, 3 wide down the backstretch.
Any of y'all out there, let's start hearing who y'all pulling for. I know we've got some fans out there, some of these drivers. See some FRCs, some Takao, AWG.
They were almost 4 wide coming off a turn 2.
I was going to say they're not quite there yet, Tony, but they're trying.
I
They're
think it was that
definitely
45
trying.
car. He was looking to stick it 4 wide. Thought better of it.
There's definitely the room on this track to do it. If you want to go 4 wide, this is one of the very few tracks where I'm almost kind of sort of comfortable doing it. Emphasis on the kind of sort of.
Well, and I think if you're going to end up 4 wide, you're going to do it early on, right? You do it later on, that right front tire's hot, worn out. It's just going to slide that car up towards the fence.
Yes, it is.
You see right there, Curry is not giving Schaefer any slack. He's sticking right to him.
Schaefer actually came over the mic and said, "Hey, if you want it, take it. I'm only running about 60%." And Colt said, "Nope, I'm good." I'm wondering. One thing I didn't check was the fuel. I'm wondering if they're tight on fuel to make it to the stage, and Colt may just be sitting there. As I say that, he peeks out. I was gonna say he's sitting there trying to conserve a little fuel.
Well, iRacing says 25 laps of fuel, but we all know how that is.
Yeah, it told us 70 something at one track, and it gave us like 30. So.
And I need to check to see when that stage is. I don't remember off the top of my head. But schedule says the stage is at lap 40, so they are definitely going to have to stop.
At least one.
Yes. Now, with that being said, 100 laps, they only have 3 additional sets of tires. There goes Colt Curry to the lead.
The admins definitely did a good job on where they placed that stage within this series with only having the one stage break on how to make it where there's definitely strategy in every race. There's no clear-cut way to do it.
Right. So I think we're going to see mixed strategy here. I think we're going to see people come in about lap 20, take tires, take fuel, and go to the stage. I think we're going to see others race it long, try to get some bonus points, maybe lead a lap or two, whatnot. But ultimately, 4 sets of tires, divide that by 4. They're 25 laps is what 100 laps divided by 4, 25 laps a run. But that stage is kind of at an interesting spot because it doesn't really fit that math. So you have a flexibility on the early side of it, but you're going to be really tight after that stage.
So I didn't catch what car it was, but it was the car that was running in third, just pancaked the wall off the 2 last lap. Lost a bunch of spots.
Was that running in third? Was that Dewsbury? Was that
I think it was a
Van
black
Weston?
car. I think it was the black car, so that would be
8, Nathan Penley, maybe?
I believe it was Penley, yeah. And you're going to see that more and more as the run goes on, especially off of 2. 4 has a very nice transition where it holds the banking. The banking goes away, but not as severe. Off of 2, you're in the banking and it just falls away on the exit drastically. And if you're not careful, you will just slide 4-wheel drift right up the track.
Well, if he did hit the wall, it didn't show any damage on his car, so he may have gotten away with one there.
That code can't give you a win. Right in the books. So far, so green.
Now you did it.
Yep. You gotta get it. Go ahead and get it out of the system.
One driver I've been watching through the standings, Sean Pointer is making a pretty decent charge up through the field. Started 21st up to 13th. Banks started 19th up to 12th. And Matt Webb 17th up to 11th. So few new movers and shakers here. Nathan Nixon 14th to 4th also. So there are definitely some guys that did not have the greatest qualifying runs that said, okay, I'm going to take advantage of it now and try to get this track position and hold on to it.
Had a comment in chat here by TVG Blend. There are 2 5 cars on track. The one in the lead is running the wrong car number.
It's actually the 29.
That is Jared McCauley. Brody B, I don't know, man. You'll have to take that up with Isaac.
Speaking of Nathan Nixon, he's gotten around Colt Curry and now making the move on Brandon Schaefer.
And I gotta feel some of those guys are just trying to save those tires, right? Be a little easy on it in the corner. As Schaefer had a big moment.
I was going to say, Schaefer had a very big moment there. Nathan's another one of those guys. He's had some decent runs, but a lot of wrong place, wrong time for him as well. Same with Colt, so I think these guys are going to be fighting pretty hard to get some stage points here and desperate to get a good showing tonight.
Yeah, and it been 3 races in. We've had some pretty good races. I'm going to give credit to that. So the rest of the season is going to be pretty wild, I believe.
Yeah, and we saw a perfect example there of what you were talking about early, Tony, with the tires wearing off and you being on that bottom line and the car drifting up. Nathan had a really good run entering into one, and by the time they got to two, he had to all but jam on the brakes not to slide up into Brandon Schaefer's door.
And then Colt Curry just stuck his nose underneath Brandon Schaefer. They were tight. I was surprised that there was no contact there. Colt Curry makes the pass for P2. Nathan Nixon has a little moment there, almost gets into the 7 of Spencer Dewsbury.
I think they actually did make a little bit of contact, and I'll guarantee you Nathan is just looking for a hole to get up top as
there's
the
the
yellow comes
caution.
out. Big,
Got a wreck
or
at the
I wouldn't say big
back.
wreck, but incident at the back of the pack. Saw a car backwards.
I believe that was Josh Van Westen. We saw it turned around there. I didn't see what caused it.
Yes, it was.
Let's jump it back and see. He seemed to be the only one really involved in it.
You know, he blinked out on my screen and came down into the 42. Caught the
Okay,
27 in there.
So it wasn't just me that saw that, but also a little bit further up, looked like somebody had a moment where they shot down to the inside of the track as well. Not sure who it was. I'm trying to see.
He done a little disappearing act.
Cedric was down to the bottom of the track. Cedric and I believe that is, yep, Stephen Hine. Stephen Hine got tight on the top, got in the wall, came down into Cedric, and just kind of ping ponged him down the track. Great save by Cedric there.
So this is kind of an interesting position, right? If iRacing is correct, we can do 25 laps on fuel. So in theory, if you saved a little bit, you could potentially make it from here, change tires, fill it up with fuel, and make it to the stage. It would be a little close on fuel, but I think it could be done.
It's like a lot of cars have come down, though. I think almost all of them. Yeah, I don't see anybody that stayed out, so I think everybody's going to say, you know what, close enough. Let's go in, get tires, get fuel, and go.
Yeah,
Check
Weston
to
had a
see if we
pretty
got
rough
any.
neck coat on that one.
Yeah, he blinked out there for a minute and probably didn't know that there was a car below him, or the car below him didn't know he was there. It's always tough when you have internet issues like that. So I don't know if this is a race winning move or just my dumb strategy that never works out, but honestly, I think I'd be almost tempted just to take fuel only there and save that set of tires.
If I'm not mistaken, that's looking like what Schaefer done.
Because 25 laps, assuming iRacing is correct. If everybody else behind you takes tires and you get a late race caution, you got a brand new set of tires sitting there and nobody else does.
Sacrifice 8 points for this race win.
Yeah, and like we said, track position is going to be a factor here. So you can get out in front of people. Even with 15 lap old tires, you may be able to hang on and minimize the loss of position just by having that track position. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Seeing some pretty bad blinking out of the 7 right now with Spencer Dewsbury.
Well, lights are off. Let's see if we can maybe make another long green flag run. See how this strategy of Shaper is going to play out.
Yeah, that'll definitely. I don't think we'll see it here. We'll see it more at the end. 5 got a little sideways on the. Well, I guess that's a 29, but got a little sideways on the launch there. Gave Schaefer a great jump out to the front.
Well, we had a burgundy car shoot down low. The goose out there for the all track boys. Cedric Vincent. There's one or two more out there on this.
We're 3 wide across the start-finish line. Other than that, it's pretty much 2x2 all the way back. Seems right now that bottom line is the dominant line, but I feel like you can carry a lot of momentum on exit on that high line, so I'm curious to see if that'll be a factor later in the race.
I think you'll definitely see guys migrating up there as the tires wear off.
I feel like that's probably going to be the comfortable line on older tires compared to running that bottom.
Starting to see Pettit starting to transition up on that high side. You got the 45 there. He's thinking about poking it down low. 23 or 93 and 33 kind of mirror check each other on the back stretch.
3 wide into the corner. We'll see who has the momentum coming off the corner. Bottom line's going to prevail on exit, but that high lane is coming with a head of steam.
And 20 in, give another quick shout out to SM Racing.
Yeah, I'm seeing that top line is just the momentum you carry off. You give up a little bit through the center of the corner just because it's a longer distance around, but man, it looks like that high line is coming in right now.
I'm thinking we're about to get spicy.
There's some little bit of beating and banging going on. There's some definitely rubbing bumpers.
There we go. Ooh, there's a little dust off the wall again. That's gonna be nice.
We're gonna go 3 wide again.
3 wide up to the front. Well, it was like 5th or 6th position. Now it's for 3rd position. I think the 7 is going to have the momentum if he can keep it out of the wall.
Get 2 sets of 3 wide. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, we
There's
almost
the
hit
4
4
wide.
wide.
Nope, we did. For a split second, we got that 4 wide for you, Tony.
Like the 7, the 33, the 45, and the 93. I think we're the ones that were 4 wide. The 93 is the one who suffered from that.
If I'm Isaac, the way my luck's been going here lately, I'm just gonna bow out. And not even quarter into the race. I ain't trying to go nowhere.
Well, and honestly, to make that work, you have to do it on fresh tires. If you got a few laps on them, that car's already starting to feel it. You're going to start getting tight on that bottom line, especially if you got 3 cars to your outside. Oh, 8 in the wall. There goes the 89, 93. That all started with that 8 hitting that wall. I could not tell if he came down into the 93 or if the 93 just reacted.
Thankfully for the 93, looks like 10 foot of net code, but thankfully for the 93, he was able to keep it out of the fence. The 89, unfortunately, took a pretty good shot to the right front and the right rear of that car, and pulling away, just shedding more body parts. So, gonna have a little bit of an extended pit stop here to get that repaired.
Yeah, that definitely looked like netcode. I didn't see a reaction in the wheel on the 93, but
Yeah, there was a pretty good gap between the 8 and the 93.
Dear iRacing, please fix your net code.
I mean, you never about could have put half a car through there.
well, and we saw the 89's rear bumper fall off, then reappears. Like, definitely some netcode involved there.
The 89 is sitting there going, "Can I have my hood back now, please, too?"
No, and I think he does have it. Um,
On
at
my
least on my
screen,
screen, he does. But
yeah, on
oh
my
no, it's
screen, he
gone.
does not. That right front fender is damaged pretty good, and no hood. And
Yeah,
a track,
he's
this ain't North Wilkesboro. A track like this, you need those things.
right rear's beat up. He's gonna spend an extended time on pit road here, I believe.
Yeah, 100%. He has a meatball flag. Unfortunately, wish we could find out how much time, but I'm not exactly going to go over there and ask either,
Probably
because
not a good idea.
no, Steven is very quiet, but I can only imagine.
Lucky dog, I believe, is Josh Van Weston. He is 3 laps down. Going to try and get those laps back throughout the night.
So far, that's the only casualty. He still might be on the lead lap.
Yeah, must not have had too much required damage because the black flag is gone. The meatball flag is gone.
But we've seen it before where they clear the meatball, get the required pair. The optional is usually if it's 10 minutes or over, you're gonna have problems in about another 30 laps.
Well, especially at this track. I can tell you, Texas, Wednesday night last week, I had required repair, went in and fixed all my repairs, turned 1 lap and blew the motor. Just because that repair is done doesn't mean that car is going to last the whole race.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want. I had a bad experience.
Zach out there saying he knows how to make a car survive somehow. That's
89.
got to be disheartening for Wilson, though. He worked his way through the field, got up top 10, and now he's pretty much just going to have to start over and work his way through.
Yeah, but that's kind of, that resiliency, right? Bad things happen. What are you going to do to salvage a decent finish? Are you going to go and try and drive over everybody? Or are you going to take what's there, work your way back up as much you can and finish with the best result you can? You start driving over aggressive after something like that, you're not going to finish the race.
Ride this restart with AWG driver Cody Riggs. Cody got a pretty smooth takeoff on that restart. A little pushed and shoved in about the, what, 10th position?
Heard somebody say something about not being clear. I didn't catch what happened, but it's like about the top 6 kind of single filed out, but everybody behind them is all stacked up, all the way back to about 15th.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say that's a pretty good estimate. So you're looking maybe back to about 20th, 21st.
Yeah,
I see,
there's a pretty large number of cars right there.
I see Ricky Williams' car there towards the end. And he's sitting in 20th. Cedric just busted it through 3 wide.
Go 4 wide again?
Think they're going to do it?
They might now. The 7's kind of split right now. They're looking for wide, but the 45 could not get there. Looked like he was ready to make that move, but just couldn't get enough speed. Oh, banging fenders, 45 and 42.
Well, you know that 77 just got to come in and change his drawers here in a minute.
All I gotta say is that this is a pretense to what we're gonna have on Wednesday night. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's close battling all through the field.
Are you, though, Bobby? Are you excited?
Oh, I completely do not expect to finish the race, but I'm excited to at least try.
45 through a hard block.
Man, that was an aggressive block.
Jeez.
95 isn't going to take that for long.
You got him right there at the start finish. I don't think Joey May's too happy with that.
I wouldn't be either. That was overly aggressive
Very
for
late.
30 laps into the race.
Yeah,
Definitely getting spicy.
Yeah, Barkley's got it right. And we're getting reports saying Schaefer got DC'd, lost his package.
Still showing up on my screen.
Yep, he's still here. That I'm seeing.
Yeah, still out front leading. Fighting that 5/29 car and the 46.
Well, I was taking Tony Covette's advice, so we know how that goes listening to him. Ain't that right, Tony?
I'm calling it right now. Adam Pettit is going to be the thorn in DVR's side this season, I feel like.
This is going to get really interesting. They got the 89 right in front of them. Looks like he may still be missing that hood. That's going to check up a lane. I'm not sure which one. This may be where we see that 4 wide again.
Put that in there again.
and don't look now. My boy in the 52, Matt Webb, he's made his way up to P3 and he's charging.
He's rolling on that I guess not quite the bottom line, about a lane up, making a run for that P1 spot. Able to clear the 3 of Brandon Schaefer. We'll see what he does with it.
Well, I believe that is his first lap led in the Xfinity.
Schaefer's charging back though, but Webb is able to carry a lot more speed through the center of the corner.
Well, also the little tail of the tape is Webb pitted on lap 24 and got him some tires. And Schaefer is still yet to pit.
You know, he did pit down that first caution, but I don't think he took tires. I think we're going to see those newer tires prevail here pretty quick, but this may be what Matt Webb needs to get his season rolling, trying to get this stage win, get those bonus points, set himself up a little better for the finish of the race.
You know, I'm glad to see him up there because, you know, in Tennessee, and I pulled for him through the trucks. He let me down, but hey, Xfinity's a whole new beast.
believe we have Ethan Flanagan in the chat. What is going on, Ethan? Vincent Vachon able to make the pass on Brandon Schaefer for P2. I have to assume that he's on fresh tires as well. 4 laps till the stage. Matt Webb has a 0.8 of a second lead over second place at the moment.
I got a question if that's the right move, though, right? Granted, with that caution being where it was at, like we were talking about, splitting it into the 25 lap segments, that's your first 25 lap right there for your first set. But now you gotta pray for a quick caution at the start of stage 2 to make that work.
I think the big question is, did he use a set of tires on that very first caution? Because if he did, then he's really in a hole.
Yeah.
If not, really you could still pit here at the end of the stage. You'd still have 2 sets of tires in the pits. You could make it work. It'd be tough running, but I think I'd rather be in Brandon Schaefer's position where I have all 3 additional sets of tires still sitting in the pits. That gives me
100%.
the opportunity to be aggressive later on.
100%. That's exactly where I would want to be as well.
You get a confirmation from one of y'all. It's not Cup Perry is out of the race.
He is not out of the race. He's just a ways back. I wonder if he's in fuel saving mode. I'm looking to see what happened to him because he fell way back.
Not seeing any damage on the car.
I'm curious if this is a strategy to get to the end. Because he did take tires on that first caution, did not take tires on the second caution. I'm wondering if that fuel mileage is really close. A little closer maybe than what iRacing was saying.
He did come down. Yeah, he did come down and pit on lap 25. I'm going to see if he took tires.
Or maybe maybe he's saving then and staying out.
He's saving. He took tires on that last caution. That's exactly what he's doing. He's just putting around, gonna conserve those tires.
Stay in the lead lap. That's about your best bet if that's the go in there, save those tires, stay out here at the stage and try to flip it.
Checker flag is out. Matt Webb not only leads his first lap in Xfinity, but gets his first stage win here at Michigan.
He's happy about getting that.
Well, it's a little confidence booster for him, right? Getting out there, leading a field as stacked as this field, getting that stage win, that's just going to add to that confidence and maybe push him to be a little more aggressive in his driving. I mean, let's be real, as drivers, confidence is a big thing. If you don't have it, you're probably holding yourself back a little bit.
Well, the stage is over. Shout out a couple of followers that came in and didn't catch it. Got Leota, 735, and Whiskey Runner. But with that said, we're going to give a shout out to Talesman and SM Racing Products. It's race.com to 130. Right back after that. Well, he's got Schaefer on his outside. But Vincent Vaughn going to stay out. Where did Matt
Bobby,
get the
like you said,
username?
Colt did come down, but I think he took fuel only. So maybe that's an attempt to save a set of tires for later.
That may be.
Oh, appreciate the sub back again, Matt. Where's my doctor bill? SBRN owner, Relentless Racing owners, they don't offer insurance, so if you get hurt, you can provide for yourself. 3 weeks non-paid vacation a year.
Wait, you get vacation? I don't.
Non-paid. Dude,
Well, Vincent stayed out, so he's going to have to control this restart. Older tires, we'll be seeing if he's going to spin those tires or if he's going to get. Oh, we got a good launch. 52 did not. Matt Webb kind of slow on that restart there. It's going to allow Schaefer to take P2. Slides up in front of him. Schaefer is rolling on that outside, though. He's going to have the lead here. Yep. Going to bring that 52 with him on that high line. 33 making a move up to the bumper, the number 3 of Brandon Schaefer.
you know what? I think we're going to have to get these two acquainted with each other. You have more points and more harder.
07 goes around, saves
What a
it with the
save.
use the 45 to save him. Oh, and the 45 goes around. I believe that's the 45 into the inside wall. That's going to throw the caution.
And he hit a ton. That's going to be race over.
Yeah, I think he just towed.
Yeah, that motor is split in half now after that contact.
So I'm going to go back and look and see what happened there because I think that all started with the 7.
Well, they're pushing it 4 wide.
Well, the 7 got loose, got tapped by the 42. The 42 slides down in the 45. The 45 goes to the apron, tries to gas it back up. Car gets tight, slides back up into the 42, and he goes into the inside wall. That was a lot.
I was going to say,
And
he had that
with-
scripted down.
With all that, Brandon Schaefer lost the lead, fell back to 4th, and Adam Pettit is now your new leader. You got so much action, we can't even keep up with it.
Well, there's one thing that nobody will ever say about me in broadcasting. I always call them like I see them, and that's what I saw there.
100%.
Yeah, you can see the 45. He tried getting it stopped, and it was just.
Well, and he got it straightened out, but it's like when he went to gas it back up is when he lost it the second time. Probably flustered from getting tapped by the 7 when he got turned into him. But I think that's just a racing deal, right? 7 got loose, 42 hit him, turned the 7 into the 45. 45 got flustered, got it saved, went to gas it back up, and just lost it.
Yeah, we don't know anything about stack up wrecks here at Michigan, do we, Tony?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Just wait till they start getting into the inside wall, and you're coming with a full head of steam, and you don't know they're in the inside wall or the outside wall.
Yep.
Or wait until you take it to Auto Club in the round of 8 right before we hit the Final Four, Chicagoland.
Auto Club is such a fun track. I love that
Yeah,
track.
I'm still protesting here to have Auto Club as the finale and not Chicagoland, but I've been told no.
We did that 2 seasons ago. We got to
Good,
keep it
do
on
it
the
again.
rotation.
Oh no, do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
I think Chicagoland's going to be an awesome one.
It's definitely going to be a racy track, but there are certain drivers that just don't have the speed there.
Hi, you can say my name.
Oh, not just you. There's several. But as the schedule builder for the Cup Series, that's kind of why we do what we do. So no one person ever has an advantage.
Advantage. Yep.
We rotate it through between short tracks, half miles, 1 mile tracks, 1.5 miles, 2 mile. We haven't done a super speedway yet, but I don't think we will just because. But who knows?
All I'm saying is eventually in that rotation, I'd like to see Indy as the championship race, please.
Yeah. When we cycle back through to the bigger tracks, we'll see how it comes out.
Well, if you want to make it real interesting, make it the Indy Roval.
You will get 0 complaints from me on that one. I think you're going to have a lot of other upset people, though. Tony might have a mutiny on his hands at that point.
Yeah, that would probably not be a very well decision as a league owner. That'd be pretty rough.
Yeah, no, you'd have people saying, well, just hand it to Kevin, Bobby, and Angel, why don't you?
And Zach Bucher.
And Zach. So how about this? If we ever have a Final Four where it's me, Angel, Kevin, and Zach, you change it last minute and put it at some random road course. Just throw everybody curveball.
It'll be 50 to go when they drop the green flag, Goose.
So this restart is going to go one of 2 ways. We're either going to get really spicy or it's going to be very mild. And we get into a real long run.
I'm thinking we're going to be pretty mild.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. This is about the point where we start getting into that long green flag run.
Bill's got grouped back up, so it'll be interesting how this thing going to play out.
Hush your mouth, sir.
Well, and Brandon Schaefer right now is trapped in an exiled sandwich here. 46 to 33 in the 20.
Oh!
Oh, 33 into the wall.
Hard. Not sure what happened.
I was just
Go back and take a look at it.
Looks like the 3 clipped him. One of the 33 may have come up into the 3 there.
I think there's some serious steering damage to that 33.
I can't tell.
I'm gonna say the 3 came down as the 33 came up, and they met in the middle there. I think Brandon may have thought he had a little bit more room there at just a glance, and unfortunately is going to end Nathan Nixon's night.
he's getting fishtailing coming out of 3 and 4.
Yeah, lost all that momentum on exit. He is going to get freight trained here.
Cody was not amused with that and just voiced his displeasure, which you very rarely hear from Cody miking up.
Ooh, that was tight. The 5/29, the 7 and the 8 all kind of together there, sliding across each other's bumpers.
So Pettit's able to get away from the cluster that's going on back behind him. So
Yeah, and that kind of brought all that happened there with the 3 and the 33. That really brought the 54 through. Brandon Banks. We haven't said his name much tonight, but now he's running P2, trying to reel in that 46 car.
Definitely our biggest mover of the night right now. It looks like as well. Started in 19th and kind of just, like you said, we haven't said his name tonight. Just very quietly and methodically work his way up through the pack.
well, they may have heard the stream, and they may be. I might have lit a fire underneath them.
Well, and as the owner of Exiled, I'm excited to see it because I think we're gonna have the same showdown basically that we had last year between DVR and North South. And honestly, I'm beyond excited to see it. I think it's going to be a hell of a season between all of them.
It's like the 3 is trying to make a charge to get caught back up to those front 2. Don Pointer making a move around. I believe that is the 52. Gonna get that spot.
Cedric was giving him some heavy pushing.
Yeah, and then he just abandoned Cedric and went back to that top line. 3 with a major checkup. Gonna give the 42 a run on the bottom side. I don't think he'll be able to make the pass, but definitely gained some ground on entry there.
We're barely past halfway. Absolutely phenomenal race tonight.
Well, and I think this is what those guys. Yeah,
Schaefer gets a bump in the rear there. I don't know how he held on to that.
oh, big wreck in the back. The 7. I can't see who else that is back there, but yeah, definitely Spencer Dewsbury is back in that.
That was one of those 3 wide situations, the 7 and the 93. And not sure
The
who
11
that
came up
is.
into the 93 and pushed the 7
93.
into the wall.
Yeah,
And then the 35 and the 28 and the 27 all caught him in the back end.
7 and the 93 got together in the center of the corner there, and Isaac trying to keep off of them. Just not enough room down at the bottom.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
can watch
collected
that.
a lot of cars there.
You can watch that 11 car just start coming right up the track, right into the 93 and push that 7 into the wall. And then Gatlin Downey got in it. 28 car, Evan Ludi, I believe. And I think there was another car there too. The 27.
You go back just a little further. Isaac and the 7 are already leaning on each other. Looks like Colt Curry may have made it through it. '29 did not make it through.
Well, I have not been counting the sets of tires that have been used, but after this pit stop, if these guys have one more set of tires, they're good. If they don't, then they're going to be hurting.
And something I'm crazed and excited to see on the SBR Inside personally, we are 80 followers away from breaking that 1,000 mark. Just came a long ways, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Looks like a bunch of your guys up front may have pitted, and I don't know if my SDK is showing it right. It's showing the last time Cedric pitted was lap 14.
No, I don't think that's possible. I think SDK may be off a little bit there. I don't think they can run 44 laps on fuel.
It seems like since that update, everything's been kind of off. SDK and iRacing's been kind of goofed a little bit. But 40 to go. If they pit now, y'all think they can stretch it to the end of the race?
No, not a chance. Still going to need to stop one more time. But with 40 to go, and if you still have a set of tires left, you can split that up and be pretty aggressive on your tires. Do 2 20-lap runs, assuming that we don't get another caution, and you really don't have to worry about conserving at that point. But if you pit and then the caution comes out, might not end well for you. It's a big track. You may be able to stay on the lead lap, but you may end up a lap down.
Sorry about that, guys. Daddy duty calls.
Well, we're going to rack them up and do it again. Oh, those must be some teammates in first and third there. They timed that perfectly together. Cedric and Vincent both got a great jump.
And you would be correct on the teammate assumption.
They would have to be that in tune.
Yeah, they are. I believe that
when
is.
He was going.
It's all track.
All track. I was gonna say I forgot what the Canadian team name was, but you nailed it. It was all track.
Webb looked like he threw the anchor down.
Yeah, he seemed to be a little slow on that restart, and then through the center of the corner.
3 wide, Schaefer, then another 3 wide.
I think that outside lane is going to prevail here. You can carry so much momentum. That 54 goes right to the point. Teammate behind him.
Especially with them drafting like that. DVR I may have the security up here. DVR may be after blood with me.
Schaefer's going to try to make the pass for first on the bottom. He carried a lot of momentum down that backstretch. He may be able to slide up. Almost caught the wall there.
We got Newbrow, one of the other team members of them, making into 6th up there right behind Cedric and Sean.
Yeah, he's got a new car this race. It's not one that I'd seen before, so I wasn't quite sure who it was there for a minute. Think those DVR guys got it figured out. That high line is where you want to be.
Riggs almost slides up into Cedric, has to get off of it.
6 gonna dive down, try to get that 4th position away from Sean Pointer, I believe that is.
Comes Isaac Wilson charging back up through the field. Round 2 for him.
'54 carries so much speed off the corner, especially not letting the 46 slide up to keep his momentum. He's not pinching him, but he's minimizing what he can use on exit of the corner.
He's not put. Oh, Edit lets him know he took through it with a little door bang out there coming across start finish. You know, like you said, Tony, he's not pinching him, and he may now say something.
Well, yeah. See the 46 take a wider line through to not allow that 3 to cut off his exit there, but still didn't work out so well. Ended up giving up that spot.
Look who's sneaking along the high side behind his teammates.
It seems like that's where they've been able to make the moves at, is on the high line through the corner. They give up a little time through the center of the corner, but it carries so much momentum off the corner.
PBR, AWGXL through 5 battle.
46 is going to try to get to the outside of the 3. He's got the run. He's going to enter the corner right on the 3, right rear fender.
Put a correction, 1 through 6. Because that old, as Barkley would say, that old Poppy Eyes car is also an exile driver.
Yeah, that 77 kind of got ran up the track there by that 42. That's going to... I'm pretty sure he had to lift just a touch to keep it off the wall. And then we got Cody Riggs coming into the picture there.
Bobby, when you said you had to leave for Daddy duty, did you have to go put on your crew chief hat for a minute?
Yeah, I'm half here, half daddy duty right now. It's a little bit of a hectic night tonight. But hey, that's part of it, man.
Top 7 now. DBR and Exile.
Oh, Sean Pointer in the wall through the tri-oval. Scraped that right rear. Don't know if it's going to affect the car at all, but definitely got a piece of that wall. Tell you what though, that 12 car is making that bottom work. If he had the clear track, he'd be moving a little further ahead. Now he doesn't have the draft, so he's going to give up a couple spots here, but definitely has the speed on the bottom. Ooh, that 46 has got the outside line now. He's going to try and make a move on these DBR guys, but he just does not have the drafting help up there right now. Three pushes the 54 into the corner. Gives him a little boost to get ahead of that 46. 46 crosses him over. Going to try that bottom line.
Pretty sure Bobby is sweating right now.
Well, I think running that bottom line, I feel like is just going to chew those tires up. Yeah, 46 makes it stick. Gets back to the high line. Gets in front of that 54 as the 54 and the 3 are side by side. But I will say that 3 car has been able to make that bottom line work, so we'll see what he does here.
Well, if you notice, he didn't go down low with his teammate. That kind of the he's going to stay behind him and push Petty into the turn a little faster and make him have to ease off.
Now, just on Tony's point, from past experience here in the Xfinity car, if you can run the car correctly on the bottom, you actually will not chew up that tire, but you have to be so precise doing it. If you slide the right front one time, you're dead in the water. You cannot make mistakes running that bottom.
I think the 20 car has just figured it out. He just made that bottom line work. He's going to slide
Guys, we
up in
got a
front of
wreck
the
in the
3 here.
back. I don't know if we're gonna have
He
a caution.
saved it. He
Colt
saved it.
Curry.
That's a 29/5 and Colt Curry in the 22. Sean Pointer takes P2. James McRae going to try to get around the 3 car here as well.
I'm gonna quote the great James Essex again. PSG, please stay green. Because this has turned into an absolute barn burner.
Now we got a lap car running that bottom line. That may play into this a little bit. Unless they don't catch him in the corner, they might be all right. He'll probably pull off, get out of the way. See the 33 coming into the picture. I believe he is still laps down.
He's quite a few down.
But it looks like he got all that damage fixed. He may be up there just to help his teammates out. Brandon Schaefer sends it deep into the corner, able to get in front of that 20 car. Gets P2.
Some guys coming in for pit stops, which I think is a little early.
Well, I mean, that would be kind of right around that mark. Splitting it, I think, you know, lap 80-ish would probably be the move. But you also don't want to pit too early and have that caution come out and end up getting trapped back, you know, lap down. But I will say these guys are pretty tight. I think at this track, I think you could probably get through pit road, get all 4 tires on, and get back out before you go a lap down. It'll be tight, but I think it is doable. Oh, 77 about wrecked his teammate. Kind of hooked him in the left rear. He was able to gather it back up. That was the 20 of Sean Pointer.
People are going to give me a heart attack before the end of this season, I swear to God.
There's a lot of close battling up here at the front as Adam Pettit drives away.
You think they got about 25 to go.
And Adam, to me, is in the perfect spot where you always talk about, you know, controlling the race and maintaining the gap. He's in that spot right now where he can really believe he's far enough out where that draft, nobody's going to be able to get a draft off of him. It's close. So he's at that spot where he can kind of run his own pace and protect his tires while these guys are back here battling.
Well, and with that being said, the top 6 positions and 1 lap car right in that same area are all two teams, Exiled and DBR. So they're going to continue to battle like they are to try to get that advantage.
He's going to continue to get more gray hair.
Yeah, I forget the show, but the character's name is Sheldon, and there's a gif of him out there just breathing heavy into the bag. That's me right now.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. There it is. Thank you very much.
Katie Kuka is smoking.
Valid. I detect no lies.
Facebook cannot. Facebook checkers cannot argue that.
No, not at all.
Right now, it's like the top 11 cars are just kind of all single file, with the exception of the 33 up in that mix too, lap car. After that, there's a pretty big gap back to 12th place, I believe it is, which would be Sam Gordon in that 5 car.
Tell me your top 11 cars, except for 2 of Isaac and Nathan, and I believe William are all DDR and Nixon.
Nathan is Nathan Nixon, unless you're talking. You're talking Nathan Penley. Yep.
Looks looks like Schaefer's starting to gain a little ground on Adam Pettit in that 46, but I'm sure Pettit's just managing his tires right now. The downside for the position that Pettit's in is Schaefer can go in the pits, and Pettit will have to wait one more lap to pit, which could potentially cycle Schaefer through the lead. One lap on your tires is going to make a difference here.
It's going to make a huge difference considering we're running. Last lap for the leader was a 40.2. Last lap for P2 was a 40.1, 40.2 for P3. And we were seeing, you know, mid to high 38s on fresh tires.
As we see Sean Point. No, Adam Pettit's coming down first. He's not going to let him cycle him through. I was wondering if he was going to do that. But now he's at risk, right? If that caution comes out, it could be bad. He could have given up all that track position. So right now he's hoping for this green flag run to continue, so it cycles back through, and he will, in theory, retain, get the lead back through pit stop cycle. Looks like the 77 is working his way down to the bottom. He may be coming. Looks like the 20's coming, the 3's coming. There is a line of them. Isaac Wilson gets in there pretty hot. I don't know if he got it slowed down. I'll have to go back and look. He may be getting a penalty.
I think he got it dropped right before those cones.
He came in there fast. I don't recall what pit road speed is here, but I'm going back and looking at the line. He passed at least. Oh no! Oh, not even close.
Get him.
He should have a penalty. Well, it depends on which line they're using. There is two yellow lines.
They're using the one closest to the pit wall.
Well, there's two lines going across. There's the one just shy of the barrels, and there's the one right by the pit road light.
You mean the Matt Fornes speed bumps?
Yeah. Them are cones, not water barrels, or pistol water barrels.
There's barrels. I was just looking at them.
I was in practice. I was testing the durability out of them, and I can kind of see the allure of the barrels. It's fun when you hit them. You go flipping through the air and do all types of cartwheels.
Isaac did get it wound down. They are using that second line. So if they would have went off that first line, he would have been about 20 miles an hour over.
There have been a lot of them been sitting down with 30-second penalties. But you got Cole Trickle, Ricky Williams in the 11. He's running up point now.
Well, and Adam Pettit did cycle back to the first car who has pitted.
Not anymore.
Oh, Schaefer.
Did Schaefer get around him?
Mr. Schaefer made the move going into 3.
Yep, it just updated for mine.
Schaefer.
We just had something major happen on the front stretch. 2 cars, one's in the grass, sliding back up on track. I believe that was the 42 car. I will have to go back and look. Big moment.
No caution, no.
Oh, I see what happened. Him in the 21. 21 drifted down and put them both into the wall.
Code Brown. Code Brown. But here's what's going to be interesting. Schaefer is stretching that gap out to Pettit right now, but is Pettit playing a little bit of possum here and kind of conserving that right front to make a late race charge?
I mean, 16 laps to go. I don't think you can let him get out too far.
You also have to think he may not have nothing for him because Schaefer may have still had that set of tires.
Very true.
Well, I think Pettit had tires too.
Regardless, I'm gonna have to ask Brandon what's with the bad luck at Michigan. Every time I see him race here, it feels like he's got a target on his back that says "Hit me," because he got bounced around this race as well.
Pettit slid through his pit box a little bit. That cost him some time there, but he did take tires. 4 tires, so he may have something yet.
Looking at lap times, Pettit was about 3/10 quicker that lap, but he was also definitely in that draft.
He's reeling them in now. Looks like we're still having some connection issues, mainly with our admins in here. But to be fair, he's still on Wi-Fi for some reason.
Big lap cars in front of the two fighting for the lead. Pettit's trying to close that gap.
Yeah, they left him that mid line, which is a good line. Definitely not going to cost him any time here. We'll see if this 5/29 car holds him up at all, or if he just gets out of their way. Going to take that bottom line away from Schaefer. Might check him up a little bit here, actually. And it's got that gap even closer. It looks like about 2 car lengths.
I think it's going to be a very interesting final 12 laps here. Tell you what, you can't count out Banks or the 20 car or the 77 either, because they are starting to close up on these top 2 as well. I think before the end of this, we might have a 5-way fight for this win here.
And that 54 is right there as well.
Yep. Yeah, I think if anybody's in the catbird seat at this point now, it's Banks. Banks is probably sitting there licking his chops going, y'all go ahead and start fighting.
Well, and that's all it's going to take, right? 47 or 46 goes to the bottom line. Schaefer pinches him. He washes up into Schaefer, checks them both up. 54 goes around them, and boom, done.
That was a hell of a script you got wrote down.
I was just spitballing, man.
Hey, but we've seen it too many times.
Hey, RRL is not scripted like NASCAR. See if I'm being true.
No, and when people jump restarts, we actually give out penalties. Oops, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
You don't if you're a Denny Hamlin. You get that for free.
We're going to have conspiracy theories going on now.
Well, if you want to know the truth, you got to follow the social media.
Speaking of social media, y'all go check out our Facebook, Instagram, or X, formerly known as Twitter. We've been putting out a lot of new content. Check it out. All those links can be found at our website, relentlessracingleague.com. Schaefer's gaining again, and that's brought the 54 to Pettit's bumper. '54 almost wrecked the 46. 54 into the wall.
You know, Tony, that was something I talked about earlier, getting a little push going into it.
That was definitely not a push. That was I'm gonna be on your bumper and you're gonna get loose. Overshot it a little bit and just really jacked up that 46 car. It's gonna open the door for the 77 to try to make a run underneath the 54. I think the 54 is the one who took the worst of that. Ended up getting up into the wall. 46 lost some ground, but no damage to the car.
I will say, though, looking at this gap, though, I think that about seals it. Unless we have, you know, some shenanigans here, I think that's just enough to set Schaefer free for this win tonight.
Well, and I mean, we've seen a lot of late race cautions before. It's definitely possible.
Don't say that word.
Late race cautions.
Now,
Well,
if we have one, I'm blaming Jeremy.
Well, and Pettit's got two teammates behind him. You know, if they can get around that 54 car, they might be able to get up to Pettit and just kind of help him out with that draft. And Schaefer's running side by side with the car, running the bottom. That's kind of been the line he's been running, so that may be slowing him down just a little bit.
Be like the Wizard of Oz. Click your heels 3 times and wish for a caution.
See, I don't know if these guys are going to want a caution, though.
We want a caution.
Like,
Chad wants a caution.
Speak for yourself, mister. I don't want a caution.
Bobby needs a caution for his blood pressure.
No, that'll just make it skyrocket.
Come on, Chad, if you're out there, wish for a caution.
Man, that's just abusive.
Ain't it?
It really is. Miss Weeks be yelling at you right now if she was here.
Who's gonna be the lucky
46, getting that tow from that 27 car. That's going to help close that gap down a little bit.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
won't be enough, but it definitely helped. You can see it on screen. Problem is now he's got no help behind him, and that 54 is going to push that lap car, the 27, through the corner. Well, 46 able to clear. Bring the 54 with him, but that did bring the 77 and the 20 a little closer to that 54 car. 54 making a move underneath the 46 for P2. I think 46 just burned up his tires a little too much.
Thinking you're probably right.
Not going to have the speed to run him back down. Lost a spot there to the 54. Going to try and cross him over here maybe.
Well, I'm gonna get it double whammy if it finishes how it is with Schaefer and Banks both. A lot of blinking going on with our racing. That's being another challenge for a lot of the drivers.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems like Monday nights are the worst for some reason. We don't see this Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Uh-oh. The 3 just disappeared on my screen.
Same
Yes,
here.
you did.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Nope.
Is he back?
He's back and it's showing him in 7th.
Back, and his quality is starting to recover here a little bit.
Okay. Back, it's showing him all the way dropped back to 7th place.
His screen probably went wonky with him blinking like that, and he probably lifted. Didn't know where anybody was.
It's going to turn that battle over to Banks and Pettit. This may be a whole new
It's a pretty big gap, though. He's going to have to send it. But I wonder if he gets to that bumper if he doesn't return that favor from earlier on.
Now, I'm still not showing. Schaefer is not being scored. Your new leader right now that I'm showing is Brandon Banks.
Schaefer's down in 7th.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I must have missed that.
Pettit had one last attempt. Couldn't stick it on the inside.
Didn't have it.
Looks like Banks is going to take his first win of the season at Michigan. Pettit second. McRae up 20 spots. Biggest mover with the P3. Schaefer, pretty sure he is not too happy with his internet right now.
Yeah, and we did see that last season where he was in the lead and actually lost his internet connection completely, dropped all his packets, and didn't even get to finish the race. So at least it's not as bad as that. He still came home with a P7 finish after his connection issue there.
Dropped his packets.
That is definitely not the first time that internet has cost Brandon Schaefer a race.
I will say this. I would just love to see Schaefer win a race at Michigan. Had bad luck last year, bad luck this year.
Well, DBR is in the win column with compliments of Brandon Banks. Exile, I believe they finished 2 and 3. Pettit and McRae.
Yes, sir. 2, 3, and 4, and then DBR rounding out the top 5 with Michael Newbrow with a great run tonight.
Pretty much the top 10 consisted of DBR, Exiled, except for Webb, Isaac, and that's it.
Yeah, Isaac and Penley.
McRae, they there. Let's see if we can. DBR boys are usually pretty quick on jumping over here. There he is. Brandon, well, I didn't say nothing at the beginning of the race, so congratulations on the win. I didn't say nothing about DBR, but y'all finally put it there, man.
Yeah, I've had some bad luck in here. I feel like we've been running good the first few races and just really needed to finish good here. I knew this one kind of one of our better tracks. I don't know, I just qualified really bad. I don't know why I lifted in qualifying like that. And I just gave up so much time. So it took a little while to get up there. I don't know. I think Schaefer. That's pretty much Schaefer's win right there. I think he would have got me. I don't think I could have got to him. We were pretty even through the whole race. And I think I might have burned my stuff up trying to get to him. So hate that happened. Didn't really like to win it like that. That's not the way we want to do it. But I think he still at least got 7th. I don't so somehow he just dropped out. I don't know what happened. So but yeah, good win. Like I said, we'll take it. I guess just we needed a good finish and needed to come home and bring up some points today. So we did that.
Well, does this kind of change the momentum for DBR from the first 2 races, especially the momentum from last season? Coming into here, it kind of was a downward spiral. Now, is this going to pick it up for the rest of the season, you think?
I hope so. I said we ran good the first 2 races. I think I was up in the top 3 at Texas and just got had to pit for gas. Got stumbled back to about 8th or 9th and then got caught up in a turn 1 and 2 wreck, maybe a netcode issue or something. Um, but yeah, I think we had a good car there too. So I mean, we've been running good. You know, I think we're in good shape. Schaefer runs good just about everywhere, so we don't think we have to worry about him too much. I'm sure he'll get plenty of them this season.
Well, man, you know the routine with that win. You know what comes with it.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate the DVR guys. I said Newbrow did great tonight. Hate that happened to Schaefer. Great run to Adam and them. I think I touched him into one and didn't mean to do that. And I kind of let off of him, let him gather it back up, and I just don't want to make a pass like that. So, kind of glad we got around him. Congrats to him and James. We all ran really good together tonight. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, you guys that put on the broadcast and everybody that watches us every night. And like I said, it's a lot of fun just to come in here and cut up with these guys. And so we'll go on to next week to I don't even know where we go. We're in so many leagues.
Willsboro.
Oh goodness, yeah. We'll see if we can survive there and at least come home with some points and keep the momentum rolling here.
Before we let you go, I just have one question. Are you having flashbacks to North South versus DBR and now it's just Exiled has kind of slotted their way in there? Because that's, to me, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, those guys are good. I'm glad. I'm glad they came in and and we actually have some good competition. There's a lot of good drivers in here. Like I said, real excited to see what everybody can do. Yeah, it kind of feels like we're racing with Davey again. Adam's really good. I mean, that whole team is going to put it together. I think they're going to be really good, and I think we're going to have some really good battles this season. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, from a team owner perspective, I'm really stoked to see how you guys all race together this season and the battles that we're going to see, because I think it's going to be an absolute barn burner.
Yeah.
Because you guys, from the team owner perspective, I got a lot of respect for you guys over at DBR. I know it's going to be hard racing, but it'll be clean racing. So we're definitely in for a show this
Yeah.
season, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
Definitely looking forward to it. Those guys seem to, the first couple races I've got to race with them, nothing but clean driving there. And like I said, that's what we want to see. Some good hard long run battles, and I think it's going to be a real fun season.
All right, brother, we're going to shoot you out of here, man. Congratulations on it, and good luck next week at Wilkesboro.
All right, man. Thanks, guys.
Well, I think the next two, Bobby, you might be kind of familiar with them a little bit.
I might kind of know him a little,
I think you may know
maybe.
them. I may just let you have a hold of the next two.
Oh no, still daddy duty right now. Can't put that all on me just
Oh,
yet.
oh, you got 2 out of 3, so you're gonna have to take a little bit of responsibility now. Pettit, P2, man. Congratulations on it. I think Bobby's got a few questions for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, first off, great run tonight. Walk us through your race, man. How did tonight go for you?
Well, the beginning did not go very well at all. I don't know what, I started 7th and I think I was back to like 15th on like 3 or 4 laps. I was just over saving. And I had no clue how to run 1 and 2. But I kind of got back up there. I started watching Brandon and the 29 or the 5 car. I don't know what his number is, but I noticed how they were kind of arcing the corner. And I was able to pick up some speed that way. But I don't think I figured it out the way that those guys had it. So, but all in all, top 5. I definitely can't complain with that. I know it says I finished 2nd, but I finished 3rd. I feel sorry for Schaefer on that one. He had that race won.
So, obviously, locked in the playoffs already. Coming up to a short track next week. Kind of playing with house money. Walk us through what your plan is for next week. Again, North Wilkesboro is definitely we'll say a challenging circuit, especially in these cars, because these cars do have a lot of grip and you can really strangle them at a track like Wilkesboro.
Um, Probably just gonna try to avoid the carnage. Short tracks are not really my thing. I like the 1.5 miles. I like the cookie cutters. Those are definitely my favorite tracks. So just gonna try to take it easy. Kind of let some of the wrecks happen and let some cars get damaged. But if not, just what I try to do every week is just learn on the fly, watch what the fast people are doing, or faster than me people are doing, I should say, and see if I can adapt a little bit to it. And if I see them falling back, then You know, it may be a good strategy, but maybe it just needs to be a little bit tweaked, and maybe I can try to do something like that and just see what happens. But you know, it's pretty much on easy street for me, like you say, for the rest of this season until the playoffs start. So it's all about learning, trying to help the other teammates, and try to get them wins and solid finishes.
So what you're saying is you want to try to give the sheet metal shop in the back a little bit of a reprieve.
Yeah, I'm still thanking them for fixing the car up so well after Daytona. I can't believe it. I still can't believe I won that race. I didn't have a hood on it with like 10 laps to go, and obviously you come back to win. So thank you very much. I'm gonna try not to damage anymore, so they don't have to fix them.
Hey, you keep running like this, we'll keep putting new bodies on it, my friend. I'll tell you that much. So, well, this has been, I believe, three for three for you on the podium so far this season. So, you absolutely know the drill by now. Friends, family, sponsors, floor is yours.
Yeah, want to give a big shout out to SM Racing for coming on board to sponsor this race tonight. Um, I got one of their brand new button boxes, and it is awesome. It really makes pit stops and all that kind of stuff much easier. So thank you to them. And then obviously thank you to AWG for sponsoring the entire Relentless Racing League that we got here. Also want to give a big shout out to Talesman for sponsoring the specific league, and obviously Exiled for bringing me on board, and then anything EC for jumping on the car. So head on over to anythingec.com to purchase any of your car detailing needs and use code PEDIT15 to get 15% off your order.
Man, that media training worked out. Great run. Great run tonight, bud. And we'll see you next week at North Wilkesboro.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Well, Tony, we'll let you handle our third place finisher, last week's winner, James McRae, on his run tonight.
James, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. So solid run, finished P3. Tell us about your race. How'd it go?
Yeah, man. I don't know what happened with qualifying, so just kind of started from the back and just kind of chilled from there and tried, or at least tried to chill and um, mosey my way on up to the front towards the end, and here I am, another podium. Woo!
How was the tire strategy tonight? It looked like there was a couple different strategies. What was your strategy, and what'd you find yourself in there?
Well, I found that there wasn't enough tires to supplement, the needed, you know, for any strategy to happen. Uh, I don't call any of it strategy. I call it all guesswork. Any strategy, any actual pit strategy is done when you have the option to, you know, pit the different tires. But anyways, I digress. I don't know. It was some people took some. That didn't work out for them. Some people took two before the stage. Yeah, that didn't work out for them either. But yeah, I don't know. Just save them to the end. See if there was a caution. That was the only strategy for me, and still didn't. Yeah, ended up using them. It was good.
What'd you need to catch those other two in front of you? Just little more track position, a little more tire. What were you thinking there?
Them, I'm not too sure. I got a new brake pedal and just been trying to figure out how to race with that. And maybe if I used it more, I could have saved more. Maybe I would have had something. Um, I know. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible with names. I done forgot who done won it, but which is
Brandon
horrible.
Banks.
Banks, yeah, um, yeah. He he had that lap advantage on me. I don't know if I could have caught him.
Well, man, you've been up here before. You know the deal. Shout out to yours.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to thank Ancient World Gaming, Talisman, for putting on, sponsoring league and the series. You guys for putting on broadcasting, Exiled Esports, all the guys in there. You know who you guys are, and my mom out there watching.
Brother, North Wilboro, pretty sure y'all gonna have a plan divided for it. So, what's the team's mentality going into it? I mean, y'all have got pretty good momentum going right now, and over in the exiled side. So,
Yeah, just gonna dig, see what happens.
Survive. That's the best plan.
Yeah, it's a track I don't think gets a lot of yeah, it's not something that's set in stone in a lot of people's minds, so it should be interesting.
all right, brother, we're gonna shoot you back down. And we will see you next week. Moved them before I let them say bye.
You're just a big bully.
It's been a day. But next week,
Phenomenal race though tonight.
that it was, and I think Wilkesboro is going to be a real interesting how everything's going to play out.
Definitely going to rate pretty high on the spicy meter.
And especially it being a throwback race. Remember, y'all check out the Relentless Racing social media on Facebook. Check out some of the paints that will be coming out. Tony, Bobby, closing thoughts for tonight.
I think Bobby summed it up. We saw some great racing out there tonight. A lot of action, a lot of three, some even four wide racing. Definitely a good race. Some unfortunate things, some net code, some blinking, but hopefully we can get all that straightened out. Hopefully iRacing gets all that those bugs fixed, and we'll have better racing throughout the season.
One closing thought I have here. I'm just looking through our point standings right now, and a lot of names up here that I don't think at the beginning of the season that we would have thought coming into this season would have been there. Right now, we've got Adam Pettit, James McRae, Brandon Schaefer, Nathan Penley, and then Joseph Maines and Isaac Wilson are tied for fifth. Got a lot of new names up in this top five here in points, and even going down through the top 10. Matt Webb is sitting eighth, Michael Newbrough sitting seventh, Cedric sitting ninth, and Sean Pointer sitting 10th. So this season already, only 3 races in, has kind of been turned upside down, and I think it's going to be. I think we're going to have a lot of surprises this season. I think as good as last season was, this season is shaping up to be even better.
With that said, closing thoughts, y'all. Make sure y'all follow Relentless Racing on Facebook, SBRN on Facebook, and check out some of this SEM Racing products. Appreciate for Telsman's coming on, SEM Racing. AWG, we'll see y'all tomorrow night as the trucks actually, I believe they're taking it to North Wilkesboro also.
Vegas.
Then North Wilkesboro. Oh, I may have to drop around to there. On behalf of
You are not dropping it. You're getting your butt on the track, and we gonna learn you something,
I've got a
son.
bad shoulder. I can't turn right.
Nah, you're good. We'll learn you.
Well, on behalf of me, Tony, and Bobby, we appreciate it. We will see y'all tomorrow night. Till then, stay safe.